Yeah, Trump supporters, it's time. It's time, Trump supporter. All right, Trump supporters, begin. Straight out the big league dungeons of rap. The liberty drops deep, as does my constitution. I never run, because to run is the Uncle Sam of evolution. Trolling all of the leftists, life is defined. I think of MAGA when I'm in an America state of mind. Hope the revolution got some resolution. My evolution don't like no dirty distribution. Run up to the institution to get the solution in an America state of mind. What more could you ask for? Life and liberty. You dare complain about Trump? I gotta love it though. Somebody still speaks for the institution. I'm rapping to the fireworks and I'm gonna move your network. Red, white, and blue, super like an eagle. Boy, I tell you, we are all looking regal. I can't take the dirty left. They can't take the Trump. They would have tried to cheer. I guess they got no stumps. I'm rapping to the fireworks and I'm gonna move your network. Yeah, in an America state of mind. The liberty drops deep, as does my life. I think of freedom when I'm in America state of mind. I'm rapping to the part and I'm gonna move your heart. Yeah, in an America state of mind. Thinking of freedom, thinking of freedom.
Wait! I can explain.
From the day he was born, he was nothing but trouble. He was a thorn in everyone's side. They cried in vain, but he caused them nothing but pain. He proclaimed and cheered the day Trump was selected. From the day Trump won, all I wanted was the Constitution, the First Amendment, and freedom for all. Shooting down the left, they were all low down, cheap little punks. They're taking everybody for a ride. When Peter said he didn't like the left, you know that he was a great guy. But when he threatened the left with a quick flash from a tongue, what a guy. Makes you cry, and you did. Oh, the left hated him, and we really loved him. He said, now listen to me, we're going to defeat this insanity. But then Biden stole the election in 2020. But there must be something, cause when he said in his speech, we must take on the left, I'm going out of my head. This country might end up dead. They mustn't be allowed to carry out their evil deed. When Peter said he really liked Trump, you know he was a real swell guy. When the left threatened his life, Peter carries a knife. Hey, what can you do? What a guy makes you cry, and they did. Peter Boykin.
Mom and Dad always want me to know how great America is. So, we're always seeing historic things and beautiful places all around America. But I don't know. The way things are going, I wonder what it'll be like when us kids get big. We got a right to the same kind of America they had, don't we? So come on, everybody. Give us kids our chance.
And when folks vote, they order what they want, and in this case, they got what they asked for. I went off script a little bit.
Hey, Mr. Squirrel, don't run. You trying to hide your nuts? You know who else hides their nuts at this time of year? Well, all times of year. Caitlyn Jenner.
This happened, but it's your own fault. You should never have pretended to be someone else.
That's right.
But now that it's done, maybe I can help you with the transition. You know, I've always been a great supporter of the LGBLT. Nope. LGTE. Nope. GED. Unrelated. LIE. The Long Island Expressway? NKOTB. The wrong stuff, Brian. WNBA? Yes. Yes, WNBA.
Mom, you know, our world today is filled with people.
I just want to tell you, because when I saw all this youth, this great-looking young people, okay, I just said, you know, I'm going to talk for a couple of minutes about success. Should I do that? I mean, should I do that? Or do you want to hear about this boring politics, right? Should I talk about a little bit? One of the most important things, never, ever quit. Never quit. You know, I went to a great school. I went to the Wharton School of Finance, and in that school, I met a lot of people heading industry today and over the past, very smart people. But I've watched some of the people grow. I've watched some of the most incredible, brilliant students. And they didn't make it like other people made it because they didn't have that drive. They didn't have that never give up ability. You can't quit. And I've seen people quitting. And if they would have held out longer, they would have been successful. I've seen it so much. It may seem like you have no chance. It may seem like it's over. Never, ever quit. If you're a quitter, I hope you quit right now and stop watching immediately because you'll never make it. It was 1990. The world was coming down. The debt markets were to everybody. All of my friends and enemies were going bankrupt. I never did. And the times were actually just terrible. And even today, you look at times and you see what happens and you have to learn. But the word luck is very interesting. But if I didn't work really hard, I probably would not, almost definitely would not be here today. And unless you had me up as a man who at one point was successful, but let's see what a loser looks like. So you have to work hard because it is true. You can develop luck through hard work. The more people tell you it's not possible, that it can't be done, the more you should be absolutely determined to prove them wrong. Treat the word impossible as nothing more than motivation. Relish the opportunity to be an outsider. Embrace that label. Being an outsider is fine. Embrace the label. Because it's the outsiders who change the world and who make a real and lasting difference. And never, ever quit. You never quit. If I give you one message to hold in your hearts today, it's this: never, ever give up.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? All those nights when you got no lights, the check is in the mail, and higher inflation makes life a living hell, and the VP is a hoe. Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You wanna be where everybody knows your name. Roll out of bed, Mr. Coffee's dead, the morning's looking bright, and the president ran off to Europe 'cause he can't get things right, and too many men wanna be a girl. Be glad there's one place in the world where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna go where people know people are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name, where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. where everybody knows your name.
Peter Boykin, District 63. I'm running for there. I am a constitutionalist Christian conservative. I am also a patriot. And if you look back in our history, patriots, when America became America, because we hit the bushes and we beat the hell out of the British. And that means we did things that are not so conservative sometimes. If you see my social media, you'll know I'm outspoken. I'm going to say what needs to be said. And if I don't get elected for saying what's in my heart and what's being said, then fine. But I'm going to say what needs to be said. We have to win back this district. It went blue by a bare margin. And we almost lost it before by a bare margin. So beyond this primary, we have to have somebody that can connect with the unaffiliated voter, and that's a person like myself, that connect with the conservatives and the unaffiliated voter. And it might be a bit of a few Democrats who might have some sense, because there's a few out there that might have some sense. But at the end of the day, I'm going to fight hard for this county. I love this county. I came from Guilford County. I saw how bad it went there. And Alabama's has hope. And we have hope in America. And we have to save America. Probably going to see me on the corner out here. And I'm just going to fight. So you go to my website, peterboykin.com. God bless everybody. Thank y'all.
Talking away, I don't know what I'm to say, I'll say it anyway. Today's another day to find you shying away. I'll be coming for your love, okay, and take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone in a day or two. So needless to say, I'm odds and ends, but that's me, I'm stumbling away. Slowly learning that life is okay, and say after me, it's no better to be safe than sorry, and take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone in a day or two. All things that you say, is it life or just to play my worries away? You're all the things I've got to remember, shying away. I'll be coming for you anyway. Take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone in a day or two. in a day or two. In a day or two.
They spied on my campaign.
There's no
Leslie.
real evidence of that.
Of course there is.
No.
It's all over the place. Leslie,
Sir,
they spied on my campaign and they got caught.
Can I say something? You know, this is 60 Minutes, and we can't put on things we can't verify.
You won't put it on because it's bad for Biden.
We can't
Look,
put on things we can't verify.
Leslie, they spied on my campaign.
Well, we can't verify
It's been totally verified.
No.
Like the biggest story. I was set up. 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 Let me just say, they just turned off the camera because they don't want me to sing. Hillary Clinton. Hillary. She's insidious. That you haven't even noticed that the pretty
And I killed Sparky too.
I think Trump was right about that.
It was Hillary all along.
And if you could, I'd take you home with me. Now don't you worry about my boyfriend, the boy whose name is Boykin. I don't want him to get him, even though you're so high. Now, come on, what was I supposed to do? He was in town, and his two friends there were so fine.
Alegría Macarena, que tu cuerpo es para dar la alegría y cosa buena. Dale a tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, Macarena.
I'll be coming for you, okay? Take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone in a day or two. So needless to say, I'm odds and ends. I'll say I'm stumbling away, slowly learning that life is okay. Say after me, it's no better to be safe than sorry. Take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone in a day or two. All things that you say, is it life or just to play my worries away? You're all the things I've got to remember, shying away. I'll be coming for you anyway. Take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone in a day or two. I'll be gone in a day or two. In a day or two.
I walked through a county courthouse square. On a park bench, an old man was sitting there. I said, "Your old courthouse is kind of run down." He said, "No, it'll do for our little old town." I said, "Your old flagpole has leaned a little bit, and that's a ragged old flag you got hanging on it." He said, "Have a seat," and I sat down. "Is this the first time you've been to our little town?" I said, "I think it is." He said, "I don't like to brag, but we're kind of proud of that ragged old flag." You see, we got a little hole in that flag there when Washington took it across the Delaware, and it got powder burned the night Francis Scott Key sat watching it, writing, "Say, can you see?" And it got a bad rip in New Orleans, with Packingham and Jackson tugging at its seams, and it almost fell at the Alamo beside the Texas flag, and she waved on through. She got cut with a sword at Chancellorsville, and she got cut again at Shiloh Hill. There was Robert E. Lee, Beauregard, and Bragg, and the south wind blew hard on that ragged old flag. On Flanders Field in World War I, she got a big hole from a Bertha gun. She turned blood red in World War II. She hung limp and low a time or two. She was in Korea and Vietnam. She went where she was sent by her Uncle Sam. She waved from our ships upon the briny foam, and now they're about quit waving her back here at home. In her good own land where she's abused and she's burned, dishonored, denied, and refused, and the government for which she stands is scandalized throughout the land, and she's getting threadbare, she's wearing thin, but she's in good shape for the shape she's in. 'Cause she's been through the fire before, and I believe she can take a whole lot more. So we raise her up every morning, we take her down every night. We don't let her touch the ground, and we fold her up right. On second thought, I do like to brag, 'cause I'm mighty proud of that ragged old flag.
Here's a story of the county of Alamance, who was looking for a good person to represent it. Everyone was ready to go vote, many different than others. They were ready for a change. Here's the story of a man named Boykin, who was busy trying to make North Carolina a better place. He was one man living in Alamance, yet he knew he could do more. Till one day when the people looked at Boykin, and people knew that Boykin was much much, that the people of this county joined him. That's the way we all became the Boykin Bunch, the Boykin Bunch, the Boykin Bunch. That's the way we became the Boykin Bunch.
Republicans come into this race with a lot of experience. One candidate has spent more than 30 years in political office. The other two have both worked in politics and have run campaigns themselves. The candidates are Ed Priola, Peter Boykin, and Steve Ross. Ross is the former mayor of Burlington who served 8 years in the North Carolina House. Can I ask, how do you like your chances in the primary?
I think they're good. I wouldn't be running if I didn't think I had a good chance. Again, I think experience counts.
Priola is a college professor who ran for the legislature in Maryland a decade ago. Do you have any background in politics?
I do. Stretching back when I was a younger man and curlier hair, I worked for the Reagan for President campaign in 1980 for the better part of 2 years.
Boykin describes himself as an activist. He ran for the North Carolina House in Guilford County back in 2018. He's also the leader of Gays for Trump.
But the difference is, I don't know if any of those would be willing to rock the boat, to fuss at the establishment, to get seen and heard, and to side with things that aren't always party lines.
We asked the candidates where they stand on issues facing the General Assembly: medical marijuana, sports gambling, and Medicaid expansion. Medicaid expansion, very big issue here in this state. Where do you stand?
Well, again, the devil's in the detail. The problem with expansion of Medicaid.
The candidates struggled with Medicaid because I think the voters would like to know where you stand on the idea of expanding Medicaid coverage in North Carolina.
Generally speaking, I'm opposed to it. And that's because the federal government puts its tentacles into the state government's priorities and prerogatives. And generally speaking, when the federal government gets into it, there's no end to it.
North Carolina has considered and is still considering Medicaid expansion. Where do you stand on that?
If we are going to expand anything, and with our budget and everything, it has to go toward the people in need who are already American citizens.
I just want to be clear, 37 states have approved Medicaid expansion. Do you favor it in North Carolina?
I would vote for it.
I think under the circumstances where we are now, I think you're going to see an expansion of some sort. And I don't know if it'll be a full expansion.
But do you favor expansion is what I'm trying to get from you.
Under certain circumstances, yes. I'm in favor as long as we don't get saddled with a huge deficit like we had when I first got to Raleigh.
Some 36 states have expanded Medicaid, and you know that program. Would North Carolina do that? Would you support joining those other 36 states and expanding Medicaid the way they have?
I think under our current circumstances in North Carolina, that's something we can do.
There's also an effort to bring online sports betting to North Carolina. Where do you stand on that?
I think, again, we need to compete with how the other states have been, like Virginia as well. I'm a Republican, but, you know, we might as well get the tax money off of it because everybody's doing it now. It's becoming streamlined, and Virginia absolutely needs that income. I mean, North Carolina as well. So North Carolina absolutely needs that income.
Yeah, again, I'd like to see the fine print on that before I would make a commitment. I'm not opposed to gambling. You know, people should be able to choose what they want to do. But I would like to see exactly how that's going to take place.
The fine print on North Carolina's gambling bill is available. The legislation passed the Senate last summer and has already cleared one committee in the House. Steve Ross says he co-sponsored the bill when he served in the legislature.
We know it's coming, and it's something that, again, it needs to be done the right way. I thought we had a pretty good bill, and it made more progress in the last session. We've run it twice. In the last session, it moved a little closer, and I think that eventually that is going to pass.
After years of rejecting medical marijuana legislation, many lawmakers believe that this year it has a good chance of passing. What is your view on that?
I think we should take a stance like Virginia did. Virginia allows people to grow, and this is beyond medical marijuana, to grow and carry small quantities. We know it happens. We know people are doing it.
I support the notion of a doctor prescribing medical marijuana. The concerns, of course, are the regulation and when it gets to our children. If it's not tightly regulated, then there's some concern that people will use it for recreational purposes and abuse the system.
And until you've been in people's shoes that have some of these illnesses, you just can't understand, and it's not something that you can run down to the drugstore and anybody can go get it. So I think for compassionate use, it's something we need to do.
The winner of the GOP primary takes on incumbent Democrat Ricky Hurtado come November. Bill O'Neill, WXII 12 News.
If you're a supporter of Trump and you're a supporter of the America First movement, you need to put America first. It is time to hashtag stand with America. God bless everybody. Thank you for listening. Peace. Okay? Peace above all. It's time to join the Go Right movement. It is time to hashtag Go Right for America. Join us at GoRight.us and GoRightNews.com. It is time for the Great American Revival, and it is time to hashtag Go Right for America.
Whether they've made the most of the opportunities they've been given, together we have the same mission. Over the course of your life, you will find that things are not always fair. You will find that things happen to you that you do not deserve and that are not always warranted. But you have to put your head down and fight, fight, fight. Never, ever, ever give up. Don't give in, don't back down, and never stop doing what you know is right. Nothing worth doing ever, ever, ever came easy. And the more righteous your fight, the more opposition that you will face. In your hearts are inscribed the values of service, sacrifice, and devotion. Now you must go forth into the world and turn your hopes and dreams into action. America has always been the land of dreams because America is a nation of true believers. When the Pilgrims landed at Plymouth, they prayed. When the founders wrote the Declaration of Independence, they invoked our Creator 4 times. Because in America, we don't worship government, we worship God. It is why our currency proudly declares, "In God we trust." And it's why we proudly proclaim that we are one nation under God. The story of America is the story of an adventure that began with deep faith, big dreams, and humble beginnings. The next generation of American leaders never, ever give up. There'll be times in your life you'll want to quit. Never quit. Never stop fighting for what you believe in. And for the people, the more people tell you it's not possible, that it can't be done, the more you should be absolutely determined to prove them wrong. Treat the word impossible as nothing more than motivation. Relish the opportunity to be an outsider. The more that a broken system tells you that you're wrong, the more certain you should be that you must keep pushing ahead. You must keep pushing forward. And always have the courage to be yourself. America is better when people put their faith into action. Pray to God and follow His teachings. Today, each of you begins a new chapter as well. When your story goes from here, it will be defined by your vision, your perseverance, and your grit. You will build a future where we have the courage to chase our dreams no matter what the cynics and the doubters have to say. You will have the confidence to speak the hopes in your hearts and to express the love that stirs your souls. As long as you have pride in your beliefs, courage in your convictions, and faith in God, then you will not fail. As long as America remains true to its values, loyal to its citizens, and devoted to its Creator, then our best days are yet to come. May God bless the United States of America. I just want to let you know that God blesses you. And I want to just say, you are special in every way. God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hi neighbors, my name is Peter Boykin, and I am a true grassroots candidate, a working class citizen of we the people who continues to know how it is to be someone worrying about how you'll pay your Beck's bill, a person who is experienced in knowledge and in life and understands its complexity, someone who has equally faced the same struggles as my fellow North Carolinians during this pandemic. My livelihood, both offline and online, through the years, has been put to a stop due to cancel culture and censorship. It has been a sacrifice that was made in order to be an activist and person I am today, and it's been well worth it. My question is, this primary, do you want to elect someone like myself who understands that I am not running to work for the government, but instead I am running to work for you as a representative of this great state? Or you have the choice to vote for my opponents, who many are the same establishment-minded candidates that talk a good game with basic talking points, as they're well liked by the Republican establishment. But you must understand that establishment is what got us into the mess we are in now. Establishment is what time and time again steers our party in the wrong way, or who ignores our needs as citizens of the we the people. Did this establishment secure the vote or listen to its people? Is this establishment working hard to free our political prisoners from January 6th? Do they even care about human rights? Did the establishment stop the mask mandates, the forced vaccinations, or the lockdowns? And does the establishment even listen to its people? Do they even understand the needs of the people they so-called govern? If you said no, they don't, then understand this. I will listen, I will do, and I will not forget my duty to the people. So when this primary comes, your choice is keep going with the establishment or vote for a true representative such as Peter Boykin for NC House District 63. If you'd like to find out more about the Boykin for Congress campaign, you can go to boykinforcongress.com and you can sign up for our email list. Now I want to put America first, and that means putting North Carolina first and putting you first. We are the people. We are the government. And I hope you enjoy this message. Endorsed by Peter Boykin. That's me.
Thanks again, everybody, for listening to this, and please share it everywhere. Again, this has been #GoRight with Peter Boykin, a part of GoRightNews.com and a part of the Go Right Network.